Hey, what's up? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming. The Elden Ring. Now, following the epic reveal trailer, today we have a huge info dump from no other than the CEO from Software himself, Hidetaka Miyazaki. And in today's video, I want to go over some of the key details right here in this video. So if at any given time you found this video helpful or just a little bit entertaining, please by all means follow, like, subscribe on all social media platforms, but especially right here on YouTube. Helps these videos get out there in the YouTube algorithm, and I'm able to give back more and do more giveaways. Thanks for watching, everybody. Now, like I said, following the epic reveal trailer, today we have a huge info dump from none other than the CEO himself from Preformed Software. Today, we're going to go over some of those details right here in this video. Now, let's start off with what gamers can expect when it comes to summons and the spirits and the enemies. Now, listen, there's apparently a collectible facet of the spirit summons, and Miyazaki hopes gamers can uncover ones that go well with their playstyle or simply look cool. Miyazaki says, we even have a lot of alternative components resembling what the ability to summon the spirits of decreased enemies and use them as allies in battles. We undecided what sort of guidelines apply to these systems, like how usually you may summon and who you may acquire. However, we're down for some Disgrace Knight Pokemon. That's what it says. Now, there are online summons as well, which is just awesome. The blue phantom seen within the reveal trailer had been actually NPC summons. However, online co-op is actually there, and you actually can play up to 4 people online co-op. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. In fact, in Elden Ring, you can also nonetheless be capable of summoning fellow gamers for cooperative play, like they said, which is cool, up to 4. Now, he pointed out, however, there is no PvP right now, so fingers crossed, hopefully we get some PvP. Now, the participant character is a clean slate, so you're going to be starting off fresh and basically put your own spin on your character. Usually with FromSoft video games, although Sekiro was an exception, the participant character is already a reasonably clean slate. However, the slate goes even blanker somehow, Miyazaki says, compared to earlier Souls video games. There's slightly extra of a clean slate of the participants to undertaking themselves onto. From soft character creators, they are additionally all the time hilarious. So hopefully, we'll get some nice character customization in there. I'm sure it's going to be good. Now, there are 6 most important areas vary the area of a demigod boss area. There is a design obvious route by means of them. However, there are loads of alternative ways you may strategize in every space, and there is loads of freedom as to which order you sort out totally different areas as nicely. Now, every space is home its personal extra conventional dungeons. The place will probably do all the extra conventional Souls types of things. If possible, the Arm King, the guy that we saw with all the giant fabricated arms, well, he should be one of those demigods. And a baby of the Queen's Makaria, who guidelines is in the lands in between, should guide us to that demigod. Hopefully something like that. But, we'll see in due time. Now, they also say stealth sounds precisely like Sekiro, which is great. We got Dark Souls and Sekiro vibes going, so that's a beautiful thing. Miyazaki explains how stealth works in Elden Rings, and it sounds fairly acquainted. You're in a position to crouch, and you're in a position to sneak, and be much less detected in lengthy grass, for example. And yeah, backstabs are your reward for potentially sneaking up on enemies. There are not a lot so as to add to that. Aside from that, Sekiro's easy stealth mechanics appear and clearly good match for an open world journey. Now, are there mimics in the game? No, the CEO said you won't find mimics in the game, but they will find a way to surprise us. So that's a good thing. Now, there are some sort of core progression mechanics, but it isn't just necessarily just a resurrection. In reference to Sekiro resurrection mechanic, Miyazaki says, we have a couple of elements in Elden Ring which contains from a similar kind of breed. He assures that the interviewer that it's not a resurrection though. So we're curious to know what methods of subverting death that they're going to have in this game, but he didn't say there's going to be resurrections. Next up, there is a hub space, much like the Fire Link Shrine. As is the case with every modern Souls game, we'll have a home and heart for us to return to. Elden Ring takes on the main hub apparently, and it sits near the center of the map, the place where each of the 6 main areas branches off from. So we're guessing that it should be a place that we're going to return to quite often, and yeah, sounds pretty good. Maybe we can hang out with our friends there, since it is going to be co-op. Now, there's much more to find than the main 6 dungeons. Besides the 6 signature dungeons, Elden Ring's open world will have a wide variety of catacombs, castles, and fortresses strewn about the map, Miyazaki says. These range greatly in terms of scale too. We know what to expect in the big dungeons, so let's hope From Software has tucked away some surprises, some extra gear, maybe some awesome weapons. Now, there is a fast travel system. Fast travel is back, but we don't know in what form. Makes sense given the great distances we definitely don't want to travel to over 100 times by foot. So we know we have a horse in there. Hopefully the fast travel system will instantly spawn us there, but we're going to have to wait and find out. Characters and build customization is super deep. That's right. Progression sounds a lot more open than in recent Soul games. With the ability to freely interchange skills between a large variety of weapons, Miyazaki says there are around 100 skills in total, which already has our minds running. These skills are probably an extension of the battle art system from Dark Souls 3, which gave each weapon its own signature flourish. The magic system is open to every character as well, so long as there are 100 skills and they are distinct enough. Elden Ring is going to pump out more novelty builds than a Warhammer 40k figure painter that has no one to play with. That is pretty funny. Alright, we'll have more ways to heal because the journeys will be much longer. Now, there are also more resources to cover health on the way, as you will be fighting for a longer time than before. A notable trend in the Soulsborne games was towards being more generous with healing items without compensating the challenge. Now, when Demon Souls launched, having enough grass, that game's healing item, well, it was a nightmare to the extent FromSoft later patched it to be much more plentiful, then designed the reusable system for Dark Souls. So expect Elden Ring to be very generous with healing items in the game. Now, next up, stamina is in, but less is important. Here's an one. Stamina usually centrals to second decision making in Souls combat is taking a backseat. It's going to take a backseat. Miyazaki says, we wanted to make it feel less restrictive and contribute to the level of freedom more so than other previous titles. And last but not least, classic lore delivery methods is confirmed. It's reassuring to know that From Software is keeping things suitable. Miyazaki wants to retain the sense of the player discovering things for themselves and enjoying uncovering the world both in terms of action and narrative for themselves. So expect item description, lots and lots of lore around all of the different items and things that we spot in this open world game. And yeah, that was the huge info dump. I'll leave a link down below to the media outlet that had this information. And once again, thanks for watching. I hope you truly enjoyed it. As always, if you are new to the channel, how you doing and welcome. Don't forget to subscribe because right here at Karpo Gaming, I upload a wide variety of videos ranging from updates, tips and tricks, guides and news, and a whole lot more. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm definitely going to get this game. We'll be covering it. It is co-op, so I'll be playing it with the community. So once again, Thank you everybody for all your love and support, and as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.